The way you live your life, the way you love, the way you heal, the way you go through the world, the way you are in relationships, the way you treat yourself, all of these things matter, and not just for your own life, but for our world. And this is the topic we're going to talk about today: how actual real women like you and me, like us, are creating a new world. And we're very excited for this topic because this is something that we both believe in deeply, that we are focused in our work with women here in Life Bloom. But before we dive into this topic, let me just say hello to everybody. Hello to the beautiful women joining us. We are Rakefet and Yara, co-creators of Life Bloom. Rakefet, tell our viewers who we are and what we do, and yeah.
Yes. And first of all, I'm so glad we're going to talk about this topic. We are Yaran Lekefet. We help women, not just moms, but women who feel the new world rising within them, go from seeking depth and real connection to become a part of a new feminine movement that inspires others through authenticity, clarity, and presence. And we want to bring the new energy, the feminine energy, into the new world now. And we're going to do it together. So this is why we have Life Bloom Community. So welcome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think the like, even if you're watching this some time from now, this is being recorded now, being live streamed in the 23rd of December, 2025. So a moment before a new year is coming. And I think it's a really great time also to talk about the new world that is coming and how the women listening to us are co-creators of this new world. Because when new year is coming, energy is changing. And this is like a small step. Energy is changing from one year to the other. Energy is changing in our life. We have another, a new numerological number
Number, yeah.
for the year. Yeah, so the energy of our year is changing, but it's like a tiny step in the whole wider picture if we zoom out of the whole world transitioning into a new chapter. But it's a time in the new year where the energy is like rising and it's much more powerful. So it's also a great timing to talk about this. But whenever you're listening to us, it's always relevant because this change is it's a journey. We're evolving here, and this is something that we've been talking about for years. So it's not starting now. It's been in the process for years. So even if you're watching this 2, 3, 4 years from now, it's still relevant. We're still in this becoming of a new world. So
Yes,
maybe,
and yeah, I think before we'll dive in, we're just gonna give them something amazing that we've created just now for you. We have we all come from different experience, different things from our childhood, and we all have a different archetype that who we are and who we are here to become, and the our path and our gifts that are based on the wounds that we had in our childhood, the abilities that we have because of the things that we learned in our childhood. So we all have different archetypes that we have gifts to bring to the new world. So we actually created an amazing quiz, a very quick one, just 8 questions that you can answer and find out what is your archetype and your wounds and your gift and your path in the new world. So we're going to put the link here and just go and do the quiz. And I'm curious to see what you will find out about yourself. And after that, you can also write here for us. And yes, this topic about the new world is so important. We are doing it now, as you said, at the end of this year of 2025, but it's going to be something that we're going to experience all the time because the world is shifting. The past 5 years, I think, since the COVID, the world is shifting so fast that we are just all the time we have like mirrors in front of us asking ourselves questions like, am I the right place? So what do I need to do next? Do I need to finish this relationship? Do I need to start a new relationship? Not just as a relationship, as a couple, like also with friends. Am I in the right place? So we have so many mirrors now in our life in this past 5 years that this time that we are now in, at the moment, there's nothing major happening in the world, right? But a lot of things are happening.
yeah.
So so a new beginning and how we are going to bring ourselves in this new beginning.
Maybe we can give them a little bit of like an understanding of how we see what the new world is, what is actually the transformation that the world is going through. And I think this can also kind of like, maybe some of our listeners are not still kind of sure that they are a part of this movement of the new world, but when they listen, when they hear what this new world is becoming, then something in their body and their energy clicks and it says, oh yes, I'm actually wanting this too. I'm longing, waiting for this kind of new world. So you want to start? You want to give us a
Yeah,
little of what
I
you think it
think
is?
I think first of all, this new beginning is like the end first of something. Okay, so before the door is open, one door is closed, another one is open. So we are now in the shift of closing a certain door and opening a new one. So we are kind of in this transformation now. Okay, it's like in between, and the door that is closing, it's not exactly closing, but it's a lot of people are opening their eyes to see the different structures in our life are not working anymore. We don't fit them. They don't fit our kids, the kids that are now born into this new world. They don't fit to the structure. If it's the schools that need to change, also kindergarten. If it's the financial way that we live our life, and we start to see in all kind of topics in our life that things doesn't make sense anymore. So it's not exactly that we're closing the doors. It's just what you're saying. This is not working so much. Yeah, this doesn't feel right. And a lot of people are starting to open their eyes and seeing that something is missing there, or something doesn't fit anymore. They don't fit, or the system doesn't fit, and they're starting to ask questions. And asking those questions bring us to that transformation that we start. And I have to say that this transformation is not from being a person of material to a person of, just being all the time in a spiritual. It's really also material. It's not just being spiritual. I know a lot of people think like, oh, I'm not going to be spiritual. We don't want everyone to be spiritual. If it's not right for you to be spiritual, it's okay. But just open your eyes and ask yourself the questions. Does this fit you? Do you think this is the best we can do as humanity, or is there something better we can do? And I think the first thing is that a lot of people are starting to see and to feel inside, this doesn't fit me anymore. I don't feel comfortable here. I need something to change. And then they start making those changes, just like I said on COVID, that people were asking questions and they had to change. So I think this is the first step of like, a door is closing or questions are rising within us. And then we start asking, so what's next? How can we do it better?
Yeah. So you speak about like the global, the macro of things, the
Yeah,
world, the systems, the relationships. But I feel like the same kind of movement is also happening on
yeah,
the
in
micro,
the
like
personal life.
when, yeah, on the personal level. And it could come up in so many different ways. For some people, it's relationships that don't fit anymore. It's a job or some kind of a place that you're living. For some people, it also maybe past pains, traumas that your body doesn't want to hold anymore. And then maybe some disease can come up and ask your body to release that. But it's the same movement of things in my life don't fit the new version that I want to become. But even before you can say the new version, it's uncomfortable. I need to stretch. It's not right anymore. It doesn't fit. So first there is this discomfort, this pain before we make actually steps to change. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also you said it's uncomfortable, and as I said, it's raising a lot of questions within us, and we start to look for solutions that we haven't thought about before. I mean, sometimes it's even something between ourselves. I mean, it doesn't have to do with anything around us. It can be like, I want to be a happier person. I want to love my body more. I want to feel, I want to be more healthy, not because something happened, but just because I feel that I owe it to myself. So sometimes
Yeah.
we get to that point that it's really something that's going on within us. And we start to feel that I need to find new solutions. And we don't always have them in front of us. Sometimes it's a search that we need to go through. But being able to say, I don't want it to look like this anymore. I want something different. I don't know how it's gonna look. Like you said, we don't know it's a new version yet. We might be even afraid to say that. I just know that this is not comfortable. Yeah.
So why is it that women are the ones that are creating this new world? Or not, it's not just women, right? But we say it's the feminine energy, it's the more of this kind of the capacity that the feminine energy has. Why is it, and how is it that this feminine energy is creating a new world?
I think first of all, if I look at my life, I think because, well, we have so much, holding so much. So first of all, I'm using so many systems in my life, like, taking care of the kids, if it's the groceries, a lot of things that I'm actually dealing with. So I know a lot of the systems, and I feel like it's impossible. Like if I had something, I remember I said it in past lives that I had a situation with my daughter that we had to change school and we couldn't find a proper school because we didn't have transportation for her. We didn't have any way to bring her to the school every single day because you have 5 more years to study. So it's something you need to find a solution. And when you are struggling different systems, first of all, women, they take care of so many things. So they see a lot of things that don't work. And we are looking for solutions, because if it's something that has to do with our kids, if it's something that has to do with the job, if it's something that we care, I think we really, really care. It's not
care and we carry.
We care and we carry. Exactly. Yeah, you said it so right. It's not that men doesn't care and doesn't carry, but they usually like more looking ahead, and they're like, yeah, this is what I got to deal right now. I'm going to deal with that. And we are looking more expanded vision, maybe I can call it this way. And we say, okay, this is not working. I'm going to find a different solution. And we're not going to just nail our head in the wall. We're just going to say, okay, I'm going to stop banging my head in the wall. I'm going to find a different solution. And I think because we are so caring for so many things, we can find different solutions. It's as an energy, the feminine energy has different solutions than going to the wall and just bang our head and breaking the wall.
It's like a bit of creativity, but it's not just creativity, like creating art or something like that, but it's a creativity that kind of sees the situation, and I see it like is looking around in the world. How can I create a new solution? Like how can I meet something that already exists and find how it works better together, right? Like how can I create a collaboration? How can I it's kind of like we're making these connections to make something that wasn't there before. Does that make sense? Like, for example, you shared about the situation with your daughter, with my niece, that you needed transportation for school. So instead of being like, there is no solution, we need to speak to the headmaster and she needs to find the bus, whatever. We need to speak with the person who's in charge in the system, and they need to find the solution. There was kind of like this process of looking around what already exists around us, and we can collaborate and come up with a solution that wasn't there before, but the parts of it was there. It's like Gestalt, right? Like we create a whole that is bigger than its pieces. The pieces were there before. We have kind of like the capacity to see a bigger picture where these pieces can create a solution that wasn't there before. Right? So you found a bus that goes through your the village that you live in. It wasn't supposed to be the bus that she drives with, but it somehow created a solution that worked. Like it came to be that it's
one.
okay.
Yeah, a different solution from what I thought it should be.
Yeah. So it's not a black and white, but it's more like, what resources does the world have to offer, and how can I use them to create this thing that is needed right now?
Yes, and I'll add on that because we care for so many things, and especially I will say that as a mom, I have to find a solution. Like there's no way there's no solution. There must be a solution. If it's, you know, how many times, you know, you can't find a way to take care of yourself. Like if it was for me, I don't know if I'll find that solution, but it was for my daughter. So I will find a
There's no
solution.
other way. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to find a solution. There must be a good one, not even, you know, like not a bad solution. There must be a good solution, and I'm gonna find it. So I think this is why women are kind of leading this quiet revolution, you know, helping the world see that there are more
Other solutions.
Yes, more solutions than what we can think of, and
than
you
what we
know,
already have.
yeah. From what we can. I said what we can think of because so many times we're trying to find a solution within our mind, and our mind can only give solutions from what we already know.
Yeah.
But then there are things that we don't know that exist. We don't know. I didn't know about that another bus that was actually an option at all. And looking for it, I didn't even find it, okay? Because I didn't know I was looking for it. I couldn't look for it. It was so funny because she came back from school and she called me and she said, Mom, I found a bus and you won't believe this bus. I can get to the house really fast. And I'm like, what? Where did this bus came from? Why? I didn't see it in the website. I mean, come on. What is not in the website of the buses? And she was like, I don't know, but it's here. And so like, are you sure? Are you on the bus? Are you sure you're going to get home? And she's like, yeah. Here I'm sitting in the entrance of the village, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, I think because we have that must find a solution, but we don't know what it is, and we're gonna let go of the mind. We're gonna bring, you know, all the belief within us to the world and say, show me the solution. So solutions come. Yeah.
This must find a solution attitude that you're talking about. To me, it comes from, like you said, from being a mother, from the mothering energy, because there is this, you know, we hold, like our children are the most important thing. But I feel like feminine energy, feminine capacity, call it whatever you want, it can look not only at your physical children, but it can look at the world, at relationships. It can look wider than that. And then there is, you know, we must find a solution to bigger things also outside our small home, outside our personal relationships. Like we can expand to hold bigger things, systems, nations, countries, like really big things, in the same way that we hold our children and our family. Like we must find a solution, and it's there. And we just need to, yes, seek it, but allow it to come to us. Allow it to come to us and trust that it's there. Trust that the universe is working on our side. Being able to kind of have this curiosity in our eyes. You know, what is possible that I'm still not seeing? And not only what is possible, but also what benefits me and the other side. What brings us up? What brings us together? And I think this is the kind of way of thinking that is very different from the old world, where it's, how can I win? How can I take care of myself? How can I stay safe? And I think the feminine energy, it's not just about how can I stay safe, but it's how can I grow? How can I evolve? How can we all be good together? Yes. How can we all be good together and not just me? And there is an expansion here, because when it's just me, it's staying very small, staying very tight, and you have to kind of guard yourself. But when you're saying, how can we do it together? There's releasing. So you have to be able to let your guard down a little bit, see the other, understand that if I'm feeling bad and the other is feeling bad, no one is winning. But if we feel good together, we're both winning. So that's another thing that I think that the feminine energy just knows how to do, and naturally does that. And it's a big thing in the new world that we're creating, because if we look around us at the way that many places in the world, and I'm talking about really like nations and countries and things that are going on in the world right now that are coming from that way of thinking of, it's either me or you. Like we have to fight because there's not enough resources for both of us. Only one of us can live. Only one of us can be on
To
top,
win.
and you must rule the other, right?
Yeah.
And then the feminine energy says, no, I mean, if you're hurting, I'm hurting. If you're hungry, I'm hungry. If you're sick, I'm sick. We have to heal
Mhm.
together. We have to see how we can lift each other up. And it's the same way of sharing the resources, seeing there's good in you, there's good in me. Let's bring it together and
Yeah.
create something new that wasn't there before.
You know, we choose the name for this live. It's how women are creating a new world. And I think, like we're talking about the feminine energy, not just women, because women carry the feminine energy, but there are also men carrying the feminine energy. And I want to refer to that. Like you said, the feminine energy is actually saying, we are all together in it. We care about all the parts, like you just said. We are not looking just as one leading and not just one that is important, one that knows the way and the others needs to follow because he's the only one knows the way. And it's really saying like a spiral, everyone come, you know. I see that like I forgot the name of that. Moses in the Bible, he was a shepherd, right?
Shepherd.
Yeah. So like a shepherd is going, like bringing all the goats together and tell them we need to walk together. So I see that as same, like come together, let's go together. So yes, sometimes some just wander to the side and he call them back. We are walking together. And it's funny that this was the thing that I was thinking about, but like the feminine energy is saying, we are walking together all the time. We're going to bring you together. We're going to bring you closer. We want to grow together. And because of that, we have to heal old patterns. We can't stay in those old patterns because the old patterns are just related to the masculine energy that is saying, I'm going to lead, you're going to follow, I know better, you're going to listen to me. I am the one that is stronger, so you need to leave this place. I am the ruler of this place. So like you said, all the time struggling and just one of them can win. And because of that, the feminine energy all the time kind of bring everyone together, we have to learn how to collaborate. We have to learn how to lead together. We have to learn how to do all those things. And we can only do that when we'll start healing those old patterns and to start seeing each other, start seeing what we're good at, start seeing what actually bring us closer, not what separate us, start seeing how we can put boundaries that make us safe, but at the same time, they don't push apart the other people. So there's so many important things in the feminine energy. And I think the reason that women are feeling that so strong, obviously it's within them, but the reason that we have that is because it's something that we are trying to do in our life, in our personal life. So all the time we're trying to do those things in our personal life. And sorry for giving the example as a mom again, like I'm trying to make my kids collaborate. I'm trying to tell them you all matter. I don't love you more than the other. Okay, so when they fight, I don't want to say like you're right, you're wrong. I want to say like, don't fight, work together.
Yeah. The mothering energy, like we said, is a big part of it. And you don't have to be a mom, like to kids to have that qualities in you, you know.
Mhm.
We all have it. Some of it have it more naturally, some of it have less of it, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a mother to actually feel that and live that. I personally, I know that I've felt that much before I was a mother, much sooner. But I want to just say something in here that about the women that are feeling this calling to create a new world. So we said it in the beginning, but I'm going to bring it back in here now. So if you are one of these women and you're here with us, so I'm guessing you are, that you're feeling this call of the new world rising within you, you want to have a little bit of clarity around your path. What is the archetype of the woman that you are, your journey, your wound, your gift? How are you here to heal the world? So we have a free quiz for you to help get some clarity into that, understanding how is it that the universe designed your life, especially like it is, to help heal the world. So go down to the description and click the link below, take our free quiz, and learn your feminine healing archetype. And let's continue. Yeah. So I wanna like zoom in a little bit deeper, because we talked about the qualities and how is it that women are, or the feminine energy is bringing change to the world. But how are actual women, the women that are listening to us, you and me, the small actions, the small decisions, how is it that my personal growth and this little action that I decided to take differently and this little trauma that I decided to heal, how is it that these things actually matter so much? And they do, they really do. But why?
We are mirrors for one another. We're mirrors. You know how you can tell someone, don't yell at me, and you're yelling at them, and they're like, no, you don't yell at me. So if we people talk, slowly and say like, don't yell at me. I want to listen to what you have to say. The other person might still be angry, but he will get the energy and will understand the vibration. And he'll be like, okay, but not now. I'll calm down and then. So we have to, we are mirrors to the people around us. They are mirrors to us. So like walk the talk. If you want someone to be kind to you, you need to be kind to yourself, first of all. If you want people, if you hear, I think I told you that in Yara, as a, in our conversation, that I have a good friend that all the time say bad things about herself. And she keeps saying how fat she is, how ugly she is, how she have like another, pimple, all kind of things, and white hair and things like that. And her daughter, which is only like, she's on the first grade, so she all the time look at herself in the mirror and she says she's ugly. And my friend tells to her daughter, stop saying you're ugly, you're beautiful. And she actually told her, but you're saying that you're ugly. And I was like, see, this is big mirror. And she said like, oh, but, and she told her, no, that's different because I'm old. So I was looking at the situation from the side and said like, no, you didn't understand what she was trying to tell you. She was trying to tell you that she learned from what you're saying, from what you're doing, not from what you're trying to say to her. Well, if we want people to be kind to us, if we want the people around us to be kind to themselves, not just our kids, but our friends, you, my sister, I want you to be kind to yourself. My husband, I want to be kind to myself as well. And, to know my boundaries, to respect my boundaries, to understand like my triggers, to see them, to not being pushed by them all the time, to give the things that I want for myself, like the space that I need, the relax that I need. So if we do our inner work, which is, inner growth, it's so big, it's such a big world. And when we do that work, people around us, they react to the changes that we do in our own life. Because when we are happier people around us smile more to us because we smile and they smile back at us. And we are doing something that, we can choose to do something that is fun, and we can be an inspiration to a friend of us. And they might say, I saw that you were doing those things. And I thought, I should do that too. I should go for a walk in the morning too, because I care about my body. But seeing you doing that all the time kind of gave me an inspiration. So first of all, to lead, the feminine energy lead from inside outside. It's not what you say, it's what you do. And we start within. What do you think?
I think another thing for me is talking about generational trauma, about things that we carry for not just us, we carry for our whole family, right? Pains and wounds and generations and things that maybe our grandmother or her grandmother experienced, and it was passed down to us also through education and through the beliefs that our mother had, that her mother had, that were taught to us, but also through our DNA. And we live these things today. And if someone doesn't become aware enough and do something about it, become aware and actually be active to heal that, it will just keep on and for another generation and another, and your daughter and her daughter and her daughter, until someone wakes up and does something about that. And I think many women are being active about these things right now. And I know that one of the topics that are like very powerfully being healed, two topics, one of them is a lot about sexuality and a lot about self-expression. These are two things, like being able to own your own body, to have a healthy sense of sexuality, a healthy sense of connection with your body, boundaries, being able to speak up for what you want, for what you don't want, and also regarding being the worth of, like, I'm worthy enough to speak up. What I have to say is worthy. I am important. I have knowledge. I have wisdom. I have tools. I'm smart. You know, I don't need to earn my place in the world, but I'm worthy as I am, and I have a lot to give. These are two very big, I'm sure there are so many more, but these are two very big mindset shifts, but also energy shifts, and two special kinds of energies that are very powerfully being healed now, that have been carried throughout generations, that women today, like you and me, are becoming aware of and doing the inner work. So becoming aware, that's one step, and then doing the inner work, that's the second step, and then creating a new world within yourself. That's the next step. So generational trauma and karmatic healing is a huge thing, I think. And then another thing you talked about, like, we are mirrors of one another, and my relationship with myself. And I want to just add another layer to that, and that is standards. Like, when we start having a desire for a better life, and then we start tasting how it's possible by healing some of our past wounds, by being better towards ourselves, we start raising the bar of how we want to live. We see that it's not just a desire to have a more balance between life and, like, personal life and work, but it's a standard for my life. I will not go back. It's like I'm setting the bar higher than what it was before. And I know that I will not go back to the way it was. I will not live in those circumstances again. That is not possible. The old world does not fit me anymore. It's beyond that. It's not that the old world doesn't fit me like before. You know, I was struggling and I didn't really understand why, but something was uncomfortable. It's now I've grown. These pants don't fit. I have really beautiful new pants. Goodbye. It's gone. I'm not, it's not even an option. Like, it's so far in the past, it's not even an option to live that way anymore. And that moment when women are living in that state of, I am in the new world. I am the new world. I have a new standard for my life. I have a new standard for my relationship with myself, for my balance, for the way I treat my body, for my relationships with other people. I am the new world. I embody the new world. When you stand in that place, you're there. You've created a new world because you've created it in yourself. And like you said, we're mirrors. And every person that you interact with senses that, and something within them starts to wake up. And all of the close relationships that you have will, without a doubt, start to change, because if something doesn't match your new standard, it won't be there anymore. And and especially if you have children and you have a family, then of course they will live that new world. They would already be like raised in that new world. So standing in that place, like being able to really embody that, I am the new world. And that's an amazing place to be. I mean, I personally feel that.
You know what I was just thinking about? We talk a lot about the future, that it's going to be living in communities again. And like, that each person is going to work in the thing that he loved the most and be amazing in it. And then other person will work at that thing that he loved the most, and they will be, changing things, not paying one another. Like if you're
like it used to be.
to cook the amazing bread and you're going to bring me the bread and I'm going to watch over your kids. But I'm going to be so happy about it because I love doing that and you love doing that. So everyone will be like in their best and will want to expand in what they're good at. So living in community is something that we talk about as a future, and we are waiting to be there because it sounds amazing. And it kind of took me to the past, the red tent, that living in a community that everyone is supporting one another. And the feminine energy is so the red tent is the feminine energy. It's exactly that. I mean, the red tent is only for women to support one another in times that they need to be by themselves, to give them the space they need, to give them the emotional support they need, to give them the physical support they need. It depends what were the situation. But if they gave birth, they needed the physical support, not just the emotion support. If they were in their period time, it was to maybe to leave them alone or to help them, emotionally. So there is so much support there. And I think that the life that we live in now, we live solo. Like each one of us need to deal with everything by herself, by themselves, also for men. But women really see the energy of the community, how important it is. The feminine energy is holding the community as something very basic within. The feminine energy creating the new world means that, first of all, like we said before, the collaboration that we're going to do together, we are a community. We want to support one another. So only when we'll be in that situation, we'll be able to go to the next phase. So now in our inner life, we need to look around and say, how can we be a community to one another? How can I be a community with my friends, with my family, with the place people in the place that I live in, maybe my neighborhood? How can I create like a small communities in my life? Because it's not just the inner work that we do for ourselves, it's also how we kind of support commune with each other. So and then what you were talking about, the generational healing that is going to take part, we're going to have the emotional support doing that, because I think a lot of things that we are trying to do by ourselves, and this is the reason that I remembered that now I remember what was the connection in my mind. I'm tired, so I remember now what was the connection in my mind, why I was thinking about it. Because the things that we are talking about, like healing and generational healing and inner growth and all of that, many times, we need people around us to help us go through that, to share, to just be there to hold us, just to listen, to know that
guide,
we're not,
sometimes even to guide us.
Yeah, to know we need people around us. We need the community to hold, to push us, to hold us, to hug us, to listen, to smile, to let us, to be the shoulder to cry on. And this is why the community is so important for us. And this is the red tent is the feminine energy. For me, it's kind of, the same.
Yeah.
So I think that this is one of the things that we need to look around and say, how can I create those small communities in my life? Even one that I will be able to go through this process of personal growth. And then things around you will shift. The mirrors around you will show me different picture because I'm going to change.
Yeah. And I want to say about the community is that sometimes it's not like, it can also be something small. It doesn't have to be, only about healing. It can also be just about, how do I act in a way that is more communal?
I didn't hear what you said.
How do I act in a way that is more communal? So, for example, I live in Berlin, and there is an Israeli community here in Berlin, and we have on WhatsApp a pretty big Israeli community, but there is like a few hundred women that are really, really active in this community. And we give each other clothes from our children. If someone is sick, maybe you need me to bring you soup. And I'm moving. Does somebody have boxes? My child really wants this Lego and I can't find it. Can someone borrow it? It's a really, really active kind of community. And it's not necessarily about healing, but it is supportive. Come together. Yes, you're not alone. There's always someone there to help you. There's a sense of like, I'm not alone. I'm held. that's a really big aspect of community. It's not just about the growth and the healing, but it's about the ground that you can feel when you're a part of a community.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good time to invite you to our community.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. So here in Life Bloom, we have the Blooming membership, a community for, like we said, women who feel that new world energy rising within them, women who want to do that growth. Maybe you're already in the path of growth. Maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you're very deep into it. Wherever you are on that spectrum, we are here to do it with you, to grow in your own personal life and to bring this new world into existence. So again, if you are a woman together, if you are a woman feeling the new world rising within you, the way to join us is through the link in the description box. Take the quiz about the archetype of the new world woman that you are. Learn about your path, your gift, and your wounds, and join the waitlist, because maybe it's open now, maybe you'll be open a bit later, but whenever it is, we'll be happy to go through this journey with you.
Yes, yes, and there's so much to do together. Amazing things that you can go through. Just really your personal growth, but at the same time, just expanding your growth to all the community around you and your personal circles of life. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say, like to summarize, or just, I don't know, maybe even something that you wish for the world? This is kind of what I feel like.
So is there something you want to say? Do you feel like it? Go for it.
Yeah, I feel that I really wish that a lot of people will wake up, but when, to notice that that they're uncomfortable, but that they will not be afraid of that situation. I really wish that people will open their eyes and will say, this is not comfortable for me anymore, and I'm ready to go to the next phase, and I'm excited to go to the next phase, and not I'm afraid, so I'm going to keep myself small and try to keep on being here because this is what I know. So I wish for more people to wake up and feel happy, comfortable, and just curious about the new step.
What I feel that I wish is that we would do more together, like we said, that we don't feel like we have to hold, that we understand and that we see that we don't have to heal all by ourselves, that we don't have to hold all of this change and growth all by ourselves, but that we use one another. The tools that we have, the knowledge, the practices, even just the energy and the love, and to be held, but to do it more together. And yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So yes, thank you, Yara, and thank you for everyone who's watching. And you can write in the comment one thing that you're going to take for your life, one thing that you want, that you notice about yourself, and go and do the quiz, take the quiz, and write to us. How did it make you feel reading that archetype about yourself? And maybe you will find out something new that you didn't know about your path. Yeah. Thank you, Yara. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again. Bye.
Bye-bye.